1, 2, and we're off. Play me, play me, play me. Play me like my tongue is grinding.
I'm the worst football manager ever, and welcome to Corby Carnage. This is it, part 1 of Corby Carnage. We're going to take Corby as far as we can take him. Hopefully as the ceiling of football can go, which is winning the Premiership and winning Champions League. Every time I say it, it sounds ridiculous. Let's see how we do with the Steelmen. Steelman is their nickname, by the way, just to let you know. Trivia. And we are starting the first game of the season today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you how pre-season went. I'm going to tell you about my squad, and then we're going to play the first match of the season, and hopefully we're going to win so we can all go home as happy people. So without further ado, let me show you my squad. Let me introduce you to the Corby men themselves, who are going to take me out of this league, hopefully, plus probably a few extras. I'm definitely going to need some extra players. But in short, it's kind of hopeful. Let me just arrange them by ability. And you can see I've got a few like 4-star players in my squad, which it's got to be a good sign, right? Now, I know that is based on the quality of the scouts and all that kind of thing, but I don't think it's so bad. Here you can see Aidan Grant is probably my best player I've got, is a goalkeeper. Very good goalkeeper. Got some nice stats about him. He is my best player, really. We've also got Reece Webb, a sort of a defensive midfielder, but he'll probably play central midfield for me. Also rated very well. A lot of 9s going on in his attributes here and a couple of 10s. I think he's an all-round good player. Then look at this guy, Femi Oronuga we've got as well. 23-year-old kind of left midfielder, left winger, who I'll be playing him as kind of a left winger or an inside forward, and he will be, look, he's got good dribbling, good first touch, good passing, really. And for this league you can't ask for more than kind of like coming up to 10 and above. And so yeah, we'll see how he plays as well. As well as that, my key striker is Callum Ball. Scored a couple in pre-season. You can see his finishing here is a 9, first touch is a 9, heading's a 10, passing is a 9. He generally all round, again, like a general all right player. But again, I just don't know until we start, right? They could look great, and the minute I put them on the pitch, they might just be awful. And then the other player to let you know about who I think looks quite good as well is probably my best central defender, which is this fella here, Jamie Anton, 21 years old, so he's a youngster, but he's pretty good. Like, look at his mentals are pretty high here. He's got good physicals, which is what you need when you're managing low league teams. You need good physicals, and he seems to have that. So my hopes are in him. I don't know if you can see behind me here, but his average rating for 3 games in the preseason is 7.73, which is very tasty indeed. Thanks very much, Anton, JLS man, as in, you know, Anton from JLS. Not that I know who's in JLS. Okay, and I won't waste much more time telling you about the squad, except for telling you a little bit about our transfer endeavours in pre-season. Let me tell you a little bit about them. So you can see here we've got rid of more than we've got in so far. We've got rid of 6 players here who I didn't really, they were wanted right at the beginning. They didn't look that great, so I kind of just shipped them on. But there are 3 players I've brought in. Let me introduce you to them. First one, and probably our best player, is on loan actually from Hampton and Richmond, and that's this guy, Jerome Federico. It looks like a great little winger on the right here to kind of complement Oronuga on the left. He's got a lot of leadership in him, got a lot of flair about him, so it'd be nice to have a little bit of spark somewhere like on the wings pushing in. That'd be nice to see. As well as that, we got this fella here, Sam Gwynn. We are really low on right defenders, and to be honest, left defenders as well, so this definitely I'm going to have to boost up the squad somehow. I don't know how, but somehow. We'll see how we get on with this fella, Sam Gwynn. Where did I can't even remember where I bought him from. Westfields, that's right, some Midland football side. You can see here his background though. His background's in Hereford, so he's played at League 2 football at least, which is always a bit helpful. And then lastly, we got this fella, Dean Overson. His history is that he's kind of actually had a bit of a mix around with a whole bunch of clubs, which actually is probably a really bad sign, isn't it? It's probably a bad sign. Yeah, doesn't stay at a club for longer than a week. They're like, bought him, that's a mistake, get rid of him. But anyway, here we have his history here. You can see he's played a bit in Burnley. He was in the Burnley books for a while, but also played in League 2 with Bradford as well. So, you know, you never know. He's had a decent upbringing when it comes to his training, you know what I mean? And so there we have it. However, there is one kind of thing I want to point out, which you've probably noticed already, that those of you who are wily and observant among you. As you can see here, of my top 6 players, 3 of them are injured. 3 got injured in pre-season, which is absolute killer. So you've got Aidan Grant, keeper, is expected to be away at least for another week. You've got Oranuga, who's also out, and he's going to be away for up to 3 to 6 days injured. And then you've also got Jamie Anton, who's going to be away to 3 to 4 weeks. 3 to 4 weeks! It's not a good start, boys. It's not a good start at all. But we press on. We press on regardless. And before we get into the game, let me show you how pre-season went. See, we had 4 games of pre-season friendliness. And actually, they went all right. I think they went all right. So, firstly, we won 1-0 against Heath Hayes. Callum Ball scored, which was very nice. Let's go to the next game. And Loughborough D, we drew 1-1 with. Now, this fella here, Shaquille Whittingham, he's one to look at. Not just Callum Ball, who is a very good striker, but this guy here, 19 years old, Shaquille Whittingham. I think, look, if you look at just his strikery attributes, finishing, first touch, acceleration, agility as a poacher, actually very good. And I think if we can just give him the ball and get him to shoot, he might be really helpful. The third game we played was a 5-1 romp of Stotfold. Anton scored 2, Callum Ball scored 1, Shaquille Whittingham scored, and Ben Mills scored as well. Ben Mills is a defensive midfielder, central midfielder fella who's pretty good. And then our only loss of pre-season was this. Northampton, we lost 1-0. Northampton. Bear in mind where Northampton are. Let me click on their name and show you. Sky Bet League 1, and we only lost 1-0 to them. So, there you go. But they are our parent club. They did offer us some loan players, but they all looked a bit crap. So I was like, no thanks, mate. And also just a brief mention as to where my staffing are at the moment. To be honest, the staff were appalling, so I basically got rid of them all and I'm getting new ones in. Still in the process of this at the moment. I've now got the best physio in the league, which is nice. Now got the best judge of ability in the league when it comes to my scouts. I want to push up that judging potential a bit really for my youngsters. And my coaching, it was way worse than this, but I've now got the best goalkeeper coach in the league. I'd like to try and get all the rest of this up as well. I'm in the process of getting another coaching staff requested from the board. Hopefully they'll let me have another coach in, because I've tried and they keep blocking it and be like, no, you've got enough coaches. I'm like, no, we don't. Look at how bad they are. They're like a group of ferrets just running around right now. We need some real coaching brought in, so we'll see what we do there. But that's enough gibbering for now. Let's get on to this match. First game against Spennymoor, who are predicted to be second in the league, so it's a bit of a tough start for me, I think, but let's see how we do. Okay, so here is the lineup that I'm starting with. We're actually starting with a 4-2-4, which is different to my preferred formation that I mentioned in the first video. But this seemed to work in This seemed to work in the pre-season friendly, so we're going to try it out anyway. And you can see here who we've got. We've got Harvey Dovey replacing Aidan Grant whilst he's an injured in goal. We've got Sam Gwynn on the right. Kennedy, who looks like probably my best defender in left and right at the moment. Connor Kennedy on the left. Roger Lee and Dean Overson central centre backs. We've then got Ben Mills and Reece Webb in the middle of the midfield, who are good, 2 strong players there, I think. You've got Federico on the right, and you've got Miles Simpson on the left replacing Oranuga, who's injured. You've then got Whittingham and Ball up front. Watch those two. I think we might see some goals. We're playing at home, so I'm going to go standard. If we were playing away, then I probably would have gone counter, but I think I'm going to give it a bit of a push. We're starting in standard, see how it goes. Okay, we are not favourites to win this. The media said we're probably going to lose. This is my first competitive game in charge of Corby. I want to start it off well. Come on, boys. Here we go. Beginning of Corby Carnage is right here, right now. I'm so excited. You don't even know. Okay, Corby are black and white in their kit, by the way, playing currently from left to right. So if you're listening to the radio, then that's helpful. Oh, and Spennymoor 6 minutes in had a shot from the D and they've scored and they're 1-0 up. Oh crap, it's not a good start. It's not a good start. Let's have a look at the highlights. Let's see what happened. We're in our new camera angle, by the way. Here's Fisher on the D from behind goal low, and look at that shot off the post and in. Dear me. Okay, so looks like we've actually had more attacking chances. We've had 3 shots on looks like we've had 3 shots, 2 of them on target. Here's Simpson, here's Webb. What's he going to do? Through to Callum Ball. Oh, it just went wide. It was just wide. Oh, Callum Ball. We don't really seem to be doing much at all there. Here's Wells. Challenge him. Well done, boys. Webb makes the challenge and clears it up to Ball. I hope Whittington kind of fulfills my hopes and dreams, you know. Federico plays it forward to Whittingham. Here he is. Here's his chance to make a mark. Simpson. Oh, it was wide. Ah, 5 shots, 2 on target. They've only had 1 shot and they've scored it. Come on, we're better than Spennymoor. We can easily get this back. Like, they have had more possession, but apart from that, oh my word. We're 2-0 down. We're 2-0 down. Luckily, nobody's in the stands watching, because otherwise it would be embarrassing. Two really good goals from Spennymoor, but I'm skipping it because it's annoying. Come on, boys. This is they're now romping us. Don't go 3-0 down. Right, what's going wrong here? And we're at half time. Ridiculous, quite frankly. Ridiculous. I'm flipping angry. Make sure the team understand our disappointment. Good grief. This isn't a good first 45 minutes to the Corby Carnage, is it? At this rate, the Corby Carnage is probably going to last about 2 episodes and we'll get sacked. We're at half time and now's the time to introduce you to a new feature in these videos. Let's go for it. Yeah, that just happened. Welcome to the halftime show. That's right, every episode of this new series at the stroke of halftime will have a halftime show for you all. Now, the halftime show could include anything. It could include a little bit of entertainment from me. Entertainment? No. It could be me giving you some incredible FM advice to help you improve. Maybe. Or thirdly, it could be something that would just help us interact, help us to get to know one another, help us to bond, to form an alliance, a community, a family, as it were. But today's halftime show, I've got something very special for you. Now, everybody hates that whole thing when you're sitting in a circle and it's like, let's all get to know you. And the thing as they say is, oh, everybody show your party piece. Well, you're about to see mine. Not that kind of thing. Some of your minds need sorting out. Now today I want to show you my party piece, which is of course a whipped cream impression. You heard right, I can do the impression of whipped cream, and if all goes well with the microphone on this camera and all this kind of thing, you will hear a perfect sound of whipped cream made only by my voice. Ready? I hope you're ready for this. And that's it for today's halftime show. Let's get back to the game. See you next time. So welcome back. I've done my team talk. We'll see how we go. Generally, things aren't looking too great. We've just not got enough possession. So let's see how we do in the second half. Come on, boys. Only 2 goals in it. That's not like everything, is it? Do you know what I mean? It's doable. It's doable is what I'm saying. See, our passes completed aren't looking too bad. Look here at the sort of the match stats. 61% passes completed, tackles 190 odd percent, headers about close to 70%. Not doing too badly. It's just each individual player is playing poor. Like, actually, look, immediately I need to take him off. Look at these player rating. Look at these players. Oh, shocking. It's 65 minutes now. 65 minutes. We haven't had one highlight yet. Here we go. Looks like it's a highlight to us. Here's Ben Mills. Webb across to ball, but they've been intercepted, and now Spennymoor on the attack again. Come on, challenge him! Oh, don't go 3. It's wide. It's wide. It's wide. It's wide. Right, when's this game over? This is not good. Oh, don't go. And we're 3-0 down on the first game of the season. Oh. Right, we're not even looking at the highlight of that goal. I'm that upset with it. 3-0 down. This is not a good start to Corby Carnage. I wanted something better for you, I'll be honest. With 3 minutes to go, let's get... Oh my... It's embarrassing. Even with no one watching, it's embarrassing. Like I said, it wasn't embarrassing earlier, but it is embarrassing. Absolutely disgusting. We're going to be bottom of the league after the first game of the season. 4-0. 4-0. Absolutely furious. Right, aggressive. Oh, it's finished anyway. That was absolutely disgusting. Aggressive. I'm far from pleased with that result. If this is what the Corby Carnage is going to be like, then do you know what I mean? Flipping heck. So there we go. Beginning of the season, I'm bottom of the league. I can't imagine I'm not. The next game is against Blythe, and Blythe are predicted to be in the top 3 as well. So can't wait. So it's going to be like that again, is it? Oh well. Thanks for joining me today, as miserable as that is and as annoying as that is. If you've enjoyed this video, you sick people, if you have, just enjoying the demise of someone, then do hit the like button and do hit the subscribe button. I'd love for you to join me for the journey of this one. We're one part in, it can only get better, surely. But until next time, I'll see you later.